Good morning, everyone. My name is Nurulzana. So today I will be speaking about why young people must speak up about global matters. So look around the world today. Many things are falling apart. Our planet, our rights, our future, and yet too many people stay silent. So enough is enough. First, let's start with why global issues is not just someone else's problem. So many people think that what happens outside their country is not their problem and it won't affect them. However, the world is deeply interconnected because what happens in one country affects another. A war can cause a global crisis. A single political decision can shift the balance of power. For example, let's take the war between Russia and Ukraine. Russia, as the world largest oil producer, their war with Ukraine caused a major effect on global energy market. Next, we will inherit the consequence of the decision we make today on global matters. For example, according to UNICEF 2023, if climate change policies remain weak, our generations will face extreme weather events and food shortage and economic instability. So imagine living in a world where natural disasters are normal. So we can't afford to ignore this issue because it affects our future. Next, so if we don't demand change now, we will have to face dirty air, polluted water, and collapsed ecosystem. Now that we understand how global issue directly impacts us, let's talk about how we as young people have the power to create change. History shows that young people have always been at the forefront of change. For example, Greta Thunberg. She started the Fridays for Future campaign, and her decision to speak up about this have challenged the system by holding governments accountable for their inaction on climate change. This shows that young voices have the power to create real impact and change. Next, young people have the power to create change because of technology and social media. Unlike the previous generation, today we have phones. We can use our phone to spread awareness, to mobilize others, and hold leaders accountable. For example, like recently, the Free Palestine movement. People around the world use social media to expose war crimes, boycott brands, and pressure governments into actions. Next, however, the power comes with great responsibility. We have the ability to speak up. Then we must, especially for those who cannot. We are privileged. We are privileged to have education, to have access to information, and free speech. And many people don't have that. Many people live under oppressive regimes where speaking up can get them imprisoned or even killed. For example, like in China, the Uyghur people, they are detained in concentration camps and their voices are silenced. So we must use our voice to speak up for those who don't have the freedom to do so. Because if we stay silent, we allow this injustice to continue. By staying silent, we become part of the problem. Many people think that just talking about it and sharing the post is enough to make a difference, but it is not enough. Awareness needs actions. So we need to go beyond just talking and start protesting, sign petition, and join organizations that that push for real change. And many people think that I'm just one person. What difference can I make? But all great movements start with with small actions. When one person speaks up, it inspires others to join. So one person speaking up may seem small, but when many others join, speak up and take action, it can become a powerful force that cannot be ignored. For example, Greta Thunberg. She's a 15-year-old girl, and she started protesting in front of the Swedish Parliament. And her solo protest turned into a global movement, and she inspired young people all around the world to speak up against climate change. And this led her to give a speech and address world leaders at the United Nations. This shows that her influence extends beyond just a protest. In conclusion, our future depends on us, but it starts with our voice. So I'll end this speech by this quote: "If you are neutral in situation of injustice, you have chosen the side of oppressor." So the choice is ours. Will we stay silent, or we will speak up and create the change that we wish to see? So let's start sharing and let's